We have a human crisis. I'm saying it's a human because I think it's important to give it a face. I'm saying it is a crisis because that's what it is.
Here you have a governance drought, a worsening climate crisis since 2015, when we overshot 1 degree Celsius with its climate extremes, is meeting a failing state in South Africa. That's what's happening here.
And we understand that in our country, water has become the basis of struggle. People are struggling to access water. We bear the brunt of the crisis that we did not commit. If you live in a township where when you go to taps are running dry, there's no water, you know Mississippi is burning. If you live in a township where politicians are not accountable, then you know Mississippi is burning. You know there's no freedom. You know there's no democracy.
This is one stark fact that highlights water inequality in our society. In the everyday life of South Africans, this means that you have water distribution in informal settlements, in poorer communities, etc., that is not able to meet their needs.
I think it is common cause that we have an infrastructure challenge, be aging infrastructure or challenges with maintenance and all of that may affect or be exacerbated by the current climate change impact that we're facing.
The state hasn't been able to kind of design a strategy that is capable of managing existing water infrastructure, planning in the future of water resources. So there's been a strategic failure in terms of governance and practice in the state.
Currently there's a process of relooking at the equitable share in terms of how much of the financial resources and budgets that are being made available to the local sphere of government. And in my view, the biggest chunk of the fiscal should be going there to be able to support and to make sure that there is proper implementation and there's proper compliance and monitoring and evaluation, and then coming back and changing where the systems are failing, where the things are not working.
The other failure around our water regime in South Africa has been corruption. And this has featured at a whole host of levels in the country. In local governments, where you're seeing a lot of water systems failure, and as a result, we are behind the curve, both the climate crisis curve, but also the national needs of our society, because of that kind of corruption, cronyism, and kind of incompetence in the state.
In this municipality, we have been experiencing the crisis of water. Council took a decision to build an alternative dam and water plant. So when they started the project, it was estimated to be 50 million. This is now the 7th year. The project is standing at 237 million. They estimated that they will complete the project by 2024. By then, it will be standing at $500 million from 50 million.
I have visited Makhanda as part of my research, and I found various things that were quite striking and shocking. I found that the actual supply of water to households is not properly documented and recorded. So you don't know what literage is being consumed in any household.
Here in Makhanda, you've got a problem of sewer that is affecting the water, the sewer everywhere that is running in our homes, on the streets. So we are at the risk of drinking water with E. coli.
What you're seeing in Makhanda is because of failing political leadership, you're actually putting people not just into desperation, but you're putting them into a struggle to survive.
The Department of Water has not taken the responsibility of what is happening at James Kleinhans. The provincial government is supposed to be playing an oversight role. They are aware that we have been subjected to a water that is contaminated, but there are no consequences. The Auditor General used the words that our municipalities are the den of thieves.
A lot of money came from the central government to sort out various problems. Money came, but that money was basically captured and corruptly taken away. I think the grand heist is a very accurate way of capturing the theft, the grand scale of theft, over a decade of public resources that were meant to solve the problem and meet the needs of the people.
Corruption could be a very theoretical word or something that we can think of in very hypothetically, but in reality it means starving. It takes away the dignity. It condemns us. It condemns our lives to that of a poverty with no hope, with no solution.
Access to clean water is a constitutional right of every citizen in this country. And I think it's important for us to witness, for us to realize the vulnerability of that access to clean water as a result of many factors.
We are saying that we got to have a deep, just transition that is driven from below. We cannot allow the climate crisis and its multiple challenges to be, if you like, in the hands of the state.
We need more than just ourselves. We need all spheres of government. We need private sector. We need civil society. We need international organizations that are skilled in this sort of things to be able to take hands.
If we do not get that politics right, as climate justice activists, as citizens, because this problem has to be owned by everyone. Activists are not going to solve this problem. We are going to constantly be trapped in this nightmare, and it's only going to get worse. So there's a need for agency, there's a need for all living in South Africa to step up and to ensure we democratize all these problems. If we do not do that, and I've said this before, water is going to tear this country apart. It is going to be the source of great conflict in South Africa.
We've got to turn another leaf. I think the politics of humanity are quite important and fundamental politics, the politics of hope, the politics of love, that we're able to turn another leaf, that we're able to find our mission, we're able to fulfill our mission on earth.